What's up, everyone? Adrian Morrison here, and I want to welcome you to the Profit Power Hour. I'm excited to have you here. We have a pretty cool training for you today. A couple of things I want to notate. I am traveling right now, so I'm not able to turn the camera on. And there are some cool new products that I want to share with you that I've seen trending and something that I want to talk about. So let's stay focused here and let's pop off some really cool ideas. There's some neat stuff that I want to show you. And if you're new here, this is a free webinar series that I do every single week. And it's really just kind of meat and potatoes, meat and potatoes training, where you're not really having to necessarily buy courses and pay for trainings and all that good stuff. I'm just here to teach you. I'm here to show you how this stuff is done and how to find trends and jump on things very, very quickly. So let's jump right into it. I am going to keep it a little bit short tonight. As many of you already know, I have a 2-year-old who will be 3 at the end of November, and he has entered that phase where it's everything's complicated. It's all amazing, but it's also very complicated. And he goes berserk when we put him to sleep, and he only wants me to come in there to calm him down. So as you can imagine, that makes Casey not so happy, but at nighttime he likes me to kind of come in there and do some stuff. So I'm gonna have to pop in there in a little bit. But that said, let's just dive right into it. Listen, I typically come on here for those of you that are new, and I show you like products, maybe product research. We talk about traffic strategies, and we jump over to ZenDrop, which is the vendor that a lot of you in here are working with. We build our AI stores using that vendor, and I go through some of their trending products. This is a plan that's like roughly $600 a year to get access to the trending products tab. ZenDrop's free, but obviously they have different, they have different like upgrades because they are a SaaS company as well. And so a couple of things that I want to talk about, two big trends that I want to talk about, and we're not going to look at all of these trending products, but I'm spotting a couple of things in them that I want to share with you. Okay, so we're going to talk about 2 big trends coming up, some things that you can really lean into now that we are in September, and one of them is really big and the other one is just like always big. So it's very cool stuff. So what we're looking at now is the trending products tab in ZenDrop. Not everybody's going to have access to this. Again, I have what is called the Plus account, the Plus plan. And if you look at it, it's $549 a year annually. If you pay monthly, it's like $80 a month, so a little bit more expensive. And it's what gives you access to some of these really cool features. I pay for those because, I think it's worth it. It's not in everybody's budget to do it, and so it's fun because I get to come on here and I get to share with you, some of these things that I'm paying for, and you get to benefit from them. How many of you in here think that's pretty cool? Just go ahead and say yes in the chat box. Amazing. So some of the things that I want to talk about right now, they're basically seasonal, and I think that it's going to be, one of them is going to be just mega simple, I think, to tap into. The other one's a very broad spectrum, so I feel like you'll have to test a little bit more. Nonetheless, I'm going to share both of these with you, so let's dive into it. Okay, so first thing on the trending products that I'm seeing is a dog Halloween costume that turns the dog into a hot dog, right? Very silly, but it's the #1 selling thing right now. And I love things that intersect passions. And when I say intersect, it's where two categories or two passions kind of intersect and collide with each other and mix. So for example, people that love Halloween, not everybody loves Halloween, right? Not everybody celebrates Halloween. Not everybody dresses up for Halloween. And then there are the people that go gangbusters over Halloween and they deck their house out and they dress up and they throw parties. And it's their favorite holiday, right? They love Halloween. And they're people with pets, right? And those people that love Halloween and have pets is an intersection, right? So this is I love Halloween. I dress up. We have fun for Halloween. And I love my dog and have a dog. And, you know, we include the dog. And so we dress our dog up. And you'll notice a lot of pet owners do dress their dogs up for Halloween. Those poor pups, you know, they probably hate it, but they do it nonetheless. And so this is a trending product right now. It's basically super cheap. I mean, it's $9 out the door for a small. A large goes up to $11.22. 8-day shipping time. So there's plenty of time for Halloween for people to order this, get this, and, you know, enjoy it for Halloween, right? So super cool. And if you just come over here to Google Trends and you just type in Halloween costumes, and we look at 12-month period, right? You're going to see that we are just now getting on the rise, right? And you see this big last year on September 8th, it started peaking. I mean, started to like really go up. September 22nd, the 28th, it really just shot up. And then later in October, it hits its peak, right? Because a lot of people are very last minute with trying to buy their costumes. If we were to do Halloween dog costume, you'll notice here that people that have dogs tend to prepare a little bit early, which is really funny. But yeah, so we're on the rise. So we're not late, we're early, right? You don't want to start marketing it right here at October 6th. You want to start marketing it early. That's when people are searching and, you know, there's not a ton of competition. So like this product right here, okay, if you were to correlate this with Google Trends, it's just simply people are just now starting to search for it. And if we go over the last, you know, 5 years, what you're going to see is the profit waves, right? You're going to see the big peak, then the massive fall off, big peak, massive fall off, big peak, massive fall off. And so we're getting there, right? We're on that wave is definitely forming. And if we were to look at the last 90 days, you know, you're going to see this coming up as well. And this is what we do. We like to look at trends and market, you know, what is in demand. What are people looking for? And that's just like on dog costumes, right? If I were just to say Halloween costume, the data changes a little bit, you'll see, right? And if I go to past 5 years, you'll see the data still profit waves, right? But the point is that we can see that dog costumes are big, and they're a little bit easier to market, right? Because with generally you have a small, medium, large, and dogs, and a lot of people will impulsively buy their dogs' costumes. They're not necessarily really digging into what do I do, what do I you know, dress my dog up as this year, as if it's like this big thing. Whereas their own personal costumes, it is a big thing. They do go with the trends, right? So if I were to come over here to if we're marketing like obviously costumes for humans, it would be very different. People are very specific based off of what's trending right now in the world, right? What movies are big, shows are big, so on and so forth. So let me just pull up Google's AI. Okay. And I'm going to say, what Halloween costumes or characters are popular and viral for 2025? Wicked characters with the film Wicked. The Joker, Taylor Swift, Superman, because the Superman movie just came out, Beetlejuice, Princess Peach, Lilo and Stitch, Wednesday Addams, it's a big show on Netflix, nostalgic TV and movies. Okay, so here's the problem. You know, when you start marketing Halloween costumes for people, like a lot of people go to AliExpress and, oh, Superman movie just came out, so let's do Superman costume. And they'll look on AliExpress and they'll start finding Superman costumes, Mario brother costumes. Whoops, didn't mean to click that. They'll start seeing Spider-Man, Darth Vader, and Jedis, and oh man, all the stuff. Oh, I forgot to type in Superman. I knew something looked weird. Here we go. Here's the problem. You can't market this, okay? You don't have licensing rights to market, you know, Marvel stuff. So when you get into branded Marvel type things, if you were to be selling this stuff, you would be doing something that could get you in trouble, right? But if you were to be marketing a dog costume, it's going to be generic, right? It's usually generic. So if I come over here to here, dog Halloween costume, you got the hot dog. You know, this one is, you know, questionable right here. It's not, nothing on it really says Yoda. You know, you do have some Superman stuff, but you know, if it's coming through Zendrop, it's usually okay. Because Zendrop like typically vets things. But yeah, I mean, most everything is going to be, there's tons and tons of things for the dogs that are just very generic that keep you out of trouble in regards to marketing something that you didn't know and were unaware of is, like, you know, trademark, copyrighted, all that stuff. So I love the dog niche for Halloween, but I'm not saying don't market human Halloween costumes. I'm just saying you got to be a little bit more on trend and more specific, right? So if I were to type in, you know, Halloween costume, we'll start getting human costumes in here. And there are plenty of costumes here that are just fine, right? But like, you really got to stay on trend. Like these masks do really well, the LED masks. You know, you can't be marketing Power Ranger stuff. I don't know if I would delve into that. But yeah, like marketing human Halloween costumes is tough because people are very specific about what they dress up as, and they want to dress up as something that is currently on trend. So you would need to do a little bit of research with AI and Googling, you know, what are the trends and how do you avoid, you know, the pitfalls of getting in trouble marketing, you know, Superman and Batman and all the stuff, right? You want to stay out of that. So Halloween costumes for dogs are, you know, more, I would say, a safer thing, and people are super passionate about it. So we can say, what about dog costumes are not to get someone in trouble that doesn't have licensing rights to, you know, brands, stuff that is more generic in nature. It's funny, the classic timeless costumes: hot dogs, pumpkins, lions, bats, dinosaurs, spiders, bananas, taco or sushi, martini glasses, a piece of bacon or a cupcake, a deviled egg, a holy hound, robber jailbird. So like these are easier to market to people that are passionate about both Halloween and animals. And thing is on Facebook and I believe TikTok, and I'm not a TikTok marketing expert, you can intersect these. Say, I want to market these costumes to people who have dogs and also are interested in like and celebrate Halloween. And it will find those people. Now we have an intersected audience, as we call it back in the day, right? So the other thing that I want to talk to you about is, we'll come back over here to Google Trends, is the Apple event today. So earlier today, Apple had this big event announcing like their new products, right? So they announced the new iPhone 17 Pro, the new iPhone Air, which is going to bring a lot of new accessories for us to market. It's going to be very fun. The new AirPods, no big deal on those. I mean, you know, and the new Apple Watches, which, you know, the straps might change and stuff like that. But I would say the biggest one are the iPhones, because iPhones are expensive. I mean, if we were to look at the pricing on these iPhones, depending on the iPhone, it could go up to, you know, $2,000. I mean, look at this. If you get the best iPhone Max, it's $1,999. And with new iPhone and new design, a new frame, a new camera, like the camera's different, all of this stuff is different. What's going to happen is new accessories are going to come out. People are going to be spending a lot of money on these phones, and they're going to want to protect these phones. And Apple does sell the accessories, but people typically go and buy, you know, from third parties because there are more options. And so if I come over here and I type in, you know, iPhone 17, and we look at just the last 90 days, you're going to see this huge spike today. If I look at the last 30 days, huge spike. And if I look at legit, just today, I mean, last 7 days, you see the big spike, because this is when they legit announced it today. So watch this. Let's do past day. You just see this huge spike around when their event started and then down. So let's do iPhone 17 accessories, right? Nothing yet. Let's do, so 0. Is that a good thing or a bad thing? Well, I would say right now it's a good thing, because we are ahead of the curve, right? So let's do iPhone 17 case. There might be some, you know, searches for cases. Let's do 30 days today, because all of these third-party companies, they're not able to put any, but you'll see it spiked. They're not able to put anything out yet until they know exactly what the new iPhone is going to be, which they try to keep under wraps until they have this big event today. And man, one of my biggest, most successful items of all time was an iPhone case. And all of these different iPhone cases are going to come out for the 17, the 17 Pro, the 17 Pro Max, the Air. So iPhone 17 Air, I believe is what it's called, which is the thinnest iPhone ever made. So look, boom, just tons of searches just today for it. So there's about to be massive demand for iPhone 17 third-party products, and you better bet that AliExpress, Zendrop, these companies, they're going to start having, you're about to see all of the, let's do iPhone 17. I'd be shocked if there was anything in here just yet. But in the coming days, weeks, you're going to see iPhone 17 accessories start popping up. And people are going to be buying these phones, pre-ordering these phones, and immediately start buying the accessories. Because you usually, but like the iPhone takes a little bit longer to come in when you pre-order it, which happens in a couple of days, I believe. And then you go ahead and order all the accessories. So when your phone is here, right, you have all the accessories for it. So people are about to go on a spending spree. Imagine all the iPhone users in the world that are about to upgrade their iPhones. And this year they did some really cool upgrades to the iPhone with front camera and back camera recording being one of the main things, upgrading the speed of the phone, the battery of the phone, so on and so forth. So point is the iPhone's about to change, and Apple lovers typically geek out over iPhone stuff, and they just buy every year the new iPhone, every year the new watch, every year the new iPad, so on and so forth. So this is going to be a really big like buying frenzy with accessories and cases that's about to happen. And don't think about just cases. They're going to be like little bags, like kind of like attachments that kind of make the iPhone look like feel like kind of a clutch purse and stuff. It's like a shoulder strap that you can wrap with your iPhone around it. It's kind of, they're kind of doing some accessories I've seen that make the iPhone feel more like a professional camera too. You know, imagine people that have their professional cameras like thrown over their shoulder and wrapped around their body. So very, very cool stuff about to come on with the Apple 17. How many of you on here see what I'm saying and agree with what I'm saying? Just say yes. So just trying to prepare you for this. As it is about to take off. Like right now with the iPhone stuff, probably not much you can sell, but be prepared. But for now, you can really dive into the Halloween stuff. And I think the Halloween dog niche, as you could see, is really simple, really easy, very safe to play in, lots of demand, intersecting two passions, gives you a stronger audience to market to. You could play in the audience of like the human costumes and also children's costumes. Let's not even forget kids costumes, right? So you could come over to ZenDrop and type in kids costumes, but again, got to be careful, okay? So just type this out real quick. You do want to be careful with kids costumes and keep them generic. You don't want to be selling Spider-Man stuff and things like that. So don't get caught up in some of the brand stuff. All right, just be weary. Even if it's on ZenDrop, just, you know, use common sense. Okay. So like kids costumes are going to be big, right? A little bit easier to mess with than even adult costumes, to be honest. These are, you know, there's lots of generic stuff that you could do, like the dinosaurs and the pumpkins and stuff like that. So these are two big trends right now that you can play with that are going to be big. We love catching trends. We love catching waves. So dive into those, do some research, go on ZenDrop, check out like the hot dog costume that's crushing it right now, and keep your eyes open for some iPhone 17 accessories on ZenDrop to start becoming available once they know the dimensions. Once these companies know the dimensions of the new iPhone, which just were released, you better bet they're prepared to already start making all the new phone cases for them, all the new accessories for them. So today, all the details got released. Within 24 to 48 hours, I wouldn't be shocked if you did searches on AliExpress and ZenDrop and some of these drop shipping companies, and they were already putting out some cases and accessories for them because they're easy to produce once you know the dimensions, right? So that is it for tonight. I'm going to go ahead and sign off. I hope you enjoyed it. And I will be here next week, same place, same time, right here on the Profit Power Hour. Let's go attack these trends, y'all. All right, and don't forget about the iPhone 17 Air. That's brand new users, definitely going to need brand new cases. Keep an eye on that. That one should be interesting to watch unfold into market. Any of those third-party accessories that come out for that should be very, very interesting. And I will see you all next week. Good night, y'all.